Now, slightly later than scheduled, let's go live to Studio G as we ask you, the viewer at home, to guess the male nipple.
It's Just the Male Nipple with your host, Jack Little.
Yes. Thank you, Jed Bloodsport. And it is once again a time for us to play the game that broke Twitch. Guess the Male Nipple, where we show you a nipple and you have to tell us who it belongs to. So, if you've not joined us before, before we get into that, let's meet today's contestants. It's Chat. It's Chat. And I understand, Chat, that you've got a rather amusing story about something embarrassing that happened when you met a friend's dog for the first time. So what happened there? Wonderful story you told our researcher of something that happened to you when you met a friend's dog for the first time. Any story about what happened to you. Right, Osric, I got down on all fours and smelled its behind because I thought that was a done thing. Oh dear. Well, that might be the done thing for another dog, Osric. I wonder how well you'd do tonight if you were able to get down on all fours and smell the behind of today's nipple. M. Curtains dropped their Marmite sandwich and the dog ate it. So no taste on the part of the dog there. And Mrs. Dingo, my friend's sister's dog, bit her first date and then she married him. She married her dog. Your sister's, not as soon as possible, but after a few years. Yeah, once the septicemia had died down. Yeah. Because you got to wait for that. Because otherwise you can't get the ring on, can you? You can't get the ring on. That's illegal. Not in some states, Freddie Dingo. Not in some states. Did the dog ... survive? Is your dog poisonous? That feels like it's part of a joke. It's not. It just popped into my head. Okay, so how this competition works is we're going to show you a nipple. We're going to show you a nipple on this here screen. In this here frame. Now, without the nipple on screen, we're going to change this soon. Without the nipple on the screen, if you got it correctly right now, if you got the nipple correctly right now, you'd win 3 points. You'd win 3 house points. That'd be safe. There'd be nothing you could do. Is it Brian Blessed? Is it Jeremy Allen White? No. Is it Sting? It's not Sting. However, if we decide that it's time to show you the nipple, you can only win 2 house points. With the nipple on screen, no clues, you can win 2 house points, but here's the exciting bit. Hang on, I'm just checking it's there. It is there. If we do get clues, if we reach the clues stage, then what are they playing for, Jed? What are they playing for, Jed?
1 house point.
A little bit late there, Jed, but thank you. So we've got some more guesses here. Is it Bono, perhaps best known for the 80s rock band U2? It's not. Is it Carl Weathers? No. Is it Derek Griffiths? No. Is it Patrick Stewart? Is it The Edge? Is it Thomas Edison, RuPaul, Adam Clayton, Galileo? No. Figaro. Is it the drummer? It's not the drummer. Adam Ant, Timothy Dalton, Jesus Christ, Mark Posner, eventually Cowbell. No, it's none of those, I'm afraid. It's none of those, nor is it Tom Cruise. I think it's time to bring on the nipple. You've had your wild stabs in the dark. Have you had your wild stabs in the dark? Answers in chat. Nicholas Lyndhurst, Idris Elba. You're desperate, aren't you? You're desperate for those 3 points. Tyson Fury. It's not Tyson Fury. Here's the nipple. Here's the nipple. And I'll give you a closer look. I'll give you a closer look at that nipple. Tell me what you think. Whose nipple is that? I'm supposed to be working. Marking, Mrs. Dinger. Who are you marking? Timothy Dalton, Graham Norton, David Owen. Steptoe. Ooh, black and white. Does that mean it's from before the war? George Lazenby, Jack Churchill, Marlon Brando, Horatio Nelson, Errol Flynn, Andre the Giant. We've tried to get Andre. William Wilberforce, The Moon. It's not The Moon. Planning Lessons. It's one of the two, isn't it, Mrs. Dingo? William Wallace. That's definitely on the surface of Titan. Is it from a really early page 3? What, when they were doing a dry run with men? No. Have you ever done a dry run with men? Answers in chat. Gary Oldman, Stan Laurel, Gary Newman, Giant Haystacks, Harry H. Corbett, Noddy Piper, Sir Patrick Moore, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Christopher Lloyd, Vernon Kay, William Regal. None of those. I'm going to give you 3 more guesses, and then we'll get on to the clues. And what's the clues there? What are they playing for, Jed?
1 house point.
So there, you've got that to think about. Bob Mortimer, Stephen Regal, Vic Reeves. I've met Vic Reeves, Matty Stevo. Dave Benson Phillips. No. Is it Gary Lineker? No. Roger Moore? No. Oh no, the Clang. Yeah, we've decided that Guess the Male Nipple is so important that it needs God mode. Pat Sharp, Sean Connery, Peter Sellers. No. Okay, let's go back to the wide shot as we bring on the first clue. 1992 is the first clue. Did you meet Jim Moyer? I did meet Jim Moyer, yes. David Niven, Milton Jones. He used to come in my shop, and I would serve him. Milton Berle, Noel Gallagher. Nuh-uh. He used to what in your shop? He used to come in my shop. For his acrylics. Liam Gallagher. No. Why did he do that? Bit rude. No. He was just buying some. I got a bit awestruck when he was in. To my dying shame. Jean Reno. It's not Jean Reno. It's not Brian Connolly. I hope he cleaned up. I don't understand, Osric. Is it Anthony Stewart Head? I've met Anthony Stewart Head and Curtains. It's not him. Edgar Bergen. He was lovely, and I've told you the Anthony Stewart Head anecdote many times, so I'm not going to bore you with it again. Is it Charlie McCarthy? It's not Charlie McCarthy. Perhaps best known for his war against communism. Is it Patrick Stewart? It's not Patrick Stewart. Is it Morrissey? No. Is it Morris B? No. Is it Kevin Costner? No. Will Poultier? It's not Will Poultier. I don't think that's how it's spelt. Is it Schofield? Hedging your bets there, Mrs. Dingo. I can think of 3 Schofields off the top of my head. Jack Nicholson, no. Sean Bean, no. Alan Shearer, Mr. Bean. Richard Burton, terrible. Johnny Moyer, no. Rowan Atkinson, Randy Quaid, Liam Neeson, Van Morrison, Robert Carlyle, Ronnie O'Sullivan, Gordon the Gopher. You're on fire tonight with the guesses, by the way. No lull in the guesses, no let up. It's never going to be Gordon the Gopher, though. Tupac, Van Diesel, Robert Downey Jr., Nick Cage. I'm going to give you another clue. So let's go over to the big board.
Alec Guinness. Oh, you'll die in a car like that.
Matthew Sweet complimented me on my Alec Guinness. Here's number clue 2. 1995. Gary Oldman, no. Ewan McGregor, no. It's never going to be that, Matty Stevo. I'm pretty sure that's a girl's name anyway. That was a pretty good Alec. Thank you. Gordon the Gopher is real. I'm sorry. James Earl Jones, perhaps best known for playing himself in Third Rock from the Sun. No, in the other one. Big Bang Theory. Alec Baldwin, no. Peter Sissons. The dog from The Littlest Hobo. It's not, but I can see it. Val Kilmer, no. Brett Anderson, no. I'm now sadly thinking about and I can't remember it. The theme music to Littlest Hobo, which was right up there with the end. You remember the end music from Incredible Hulk? Humphrey Bogart, no. Avery Brooks, no. There's a voice keeps on calling me. Down the road, it's where I'll always. Down the road, it's where I'll always be. Ah, there's a voice keeps on calling me. It's something like that, isn't it? Every stop I make, I'm filling up. George Clooney, Jonathan Frakes, Chris O'Donnell, George Looney. Can't stay for long. Just run around and I'm gone. Oh, sorry. I was going to say, where are you off to, Dr. K? You got to stay for the reveal. Brent Spiner, no. Maybe tomorrow. It's just another day. Marlon Brando. Let's have a look. It's not Marlon Brando. I'm going to give you another clue. Matt McConaughey. Robin Williams. It's not Robin Williams. I've got to say it like that, though, for legal reasons. 1991. Now, I must say, 1992 and 1991, very thin on colour. Very thin on colour. A little peek behind the scene, but each clue, ordinarily, has 10 different colours. Not so 1991 and 1992. We asked for 10. There just weren't 10 there. James Avery, Bob Geldof, Pierce Brosnan, Bono, Fat Bono, Liam Neeson. Now, I will say, if you're new to the world of Guess the Male Nipple, or you're watching this on YouTube, because we put these up on YouTube, and you're confused as to what the hell's going on with these clues. The nipple is usually the possession of somebody who works in the creative industries. So it might be a musician, it might be an actor, it might be a film director, it might be a classical artist. Each clue relates to a year that is tied to a particular well-known creative work of the nipple owner. And the colours relate to any kind of artwork that might be associated with that project. So if it was an actor, it might be a film poster. So if this was a film actor, then it would be like a film came out in 1995 and that was the colours on the poster. If it was a musician, then it would be, maybe that was the CD artwork. Thus, Anthony Hopkins, Donald Trump, Donald Judas Trump, that suggests that he's betrayed somebody. But to betray somebody, you would first have to have their trust. Is it David Duchovny? Is it Robbie Williams, Steve Buscemi, Jerry Seinfeld, Charles Windsor, King Charles III? That's King Prince Charles III. Ad Rock, MCA, Mike D, Bret Hart, Schwarzenegger, Tim Curry, Andy Warhol. Did we do Andy Warhol? I can't remember if we did Andy Warhol. Yes, we did. It's Basquiat we didn't do. Kevin Costner. Because there were some decent shots of Basquiat with his top off, but he had his bottom off as well. And we can't have that. Owen Hart, Michael Caine, Flavor Flav, Kevin Costner, Kurt Russell, Jerry Springer, Mix Master Mike. Don't know who that is. If you're colourblind, you're totally... Yeah, you are a bit, Nicky. Shawn Michaels, Tom Hardy. It's not Tom Hardy. Saying you've done Andy Warhol. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did Andy Warhol. Tony Hanks. Tony Hanks, not Tony Hawks, Tony Hanks. World of difference between Tony Hanks and Tony Hawks. Is it Ben Affleck? It's not Ben Affleck. Is it Tony Hawk? No. Is it Macaulay Culkin? Is it Kieran Culkin? No. Is it Anthony Hopkins again? No. It's not. It's not Anthony Hopkins. Do you want another clue? I feel like I might be stretching you this week. I've got to admit. Kirk Douglas. Billy Baldwin. Brett the Hitman Hart. Just making things up now. Tony Hawks. Different to Tony Hawk. World of difference between Tony Hawk and Tony Hawks. I think I've told you the big breakfast thing. Christopher Reeve. Is that 1901 or 1991? 1991. M. Curtin says, is it Mark Wahlberg? Is it Mark Wahlberg? Well, let's have a look, shall we? It's only Mark bloody Wahlberg. Congratulations. Congratulations. M. Curtains. M. Curtains, who's won a house point despite the fact that he can't win the thing. I'm literally picking random names out of my head. Yeah, well, that one was it. That one was it. You said that. Did Mrs. Dingo say that? Mark Wahlberg. Did you say it before or after? Hang on. Don't say it. Stop posting in chat. Stop posting in chat. I know I shouldn't say that as a streamer. Mrs. Dingo says Mark Wahlberg there. Christopher Robin says Mark Wahlberg. I've got M. Curtin saying 2 posts before you, Mrs. Dingo. I'm very sorry. I'd love to give you the point. I don't know the timings, but we said snap. Yeah. There it was. So we played a little. We've done this before. If you want to test you, I mean, you got it in 3 clues. To be fair, Mrs. Dingo spelled it better than me. Should we do a poll? Who gets that? Who gets the point? Should Mrs. Dingo get the point? Or should M. Curtains get the point? Should the mod get the point? Or should somebody who could actually win something get the point? That's the poll. And I'd like M. Curtains to make that poll, please. And we'll decide that way. Very controversial pick. Yeah. Why is that, Matty? Because, well, look at these clues. 1992, 1991, those are his rap albums. 1995, that's one of his films. Which film? Well, we've just got no way of knowing. No way of knowing at all what film that is. Because I did this sleep deprived on Monday morning following an incident with a hot water bottle. Have we had the hot water bottle chat? I don't think we have we? Where are you? Oh, yeah. So does anybody know? I will give a house point for anybody who can identify what 1995 is. Because I forgot this existed. And the fact that he got done for a racist attack. What? Did he? I'm not... What? I'd rather do a check. Also, he's a racist. I didn't know he was a racist. He's got films out. What? Was the last clue when he opened the first Wahlburgers restaurant? Yeah, it was. It's not Boogie Nights. Basketball Diaries is correct. Matty Seaver gets a house point. Yeah, it's Basketball Diaries, which was a Leonardo DiCaprio film. Primarily, is he Ted's human friend in Ted? He is. Which was clue. No, I can do them in a different order. Clue 5. Wow, Jack, you picked a really muscular male body again. It just came up that way. So yeah, 1997 was Boogie Nights. 1997 was Boogie Nights. And can we do this? Yeah, just for the heck of it. Just for the heck of it. Because we only get to use them once. You need to do research, Jack. He did an awful bit of racism. I'm gonna have to look into that. So yeah, I'll tell you what we'll do. If that's correct, then we'll put this up, but we'll censor it. He blinded someone, if I remember correctly. He blinded someone in a racist attack. You think you know somebody. Very sad, very sad. I went to... They tried to open a Wahlburgers in the UK, and it didn't really work. And I think I've talked about Wahlburgers, it was called, wasn't it? That is his burger-loving brother opened. Jack's... I'm not cancelled. How can I be cancelled? I can't look up every nipple. I'll be here all day. Have you ever looked up every little? Well, that controversially brings us to the end of another episode of Guess the Male Nipple. Wahlburgers did a racist attack too. Double cancel, did they? Mrs. Dingo gets the house point. So let's give Mrs. Dingo that house point. And let's get the hock out of here. I thought looking up nipples was what you did in your spare time. Pretty much. I mean, I've got to research the owners. That's a whole other level of what's the word? Accountability. So yes, we will be back next Tuesday with another nipple to guess. Thank you very much, Dr. K. Ross, for gifting that sub. So the dog from Up. The dog from Up. Wonderful. I think I know how you arrived at that. Wonderful stuff. Thank you very much, Dr. K. Winning GTM by guessing the correct answer second. Wow. Not bitter, MC. Not bitter. And what's that done to the scores? Aston now has 6 points. Baker has 2 points. Gubby has 2 points. And Nolan has 1 point. I am going back to the guest lounge where you're welcome to join me. But until next Tuesday, it's goodbye from Studio G. And happy nippling. Oh, I think I've got to wait. Oh. No, you just carry on. I really don't care anymore. No. I think what I'm going to do... I'm just going to bring a torch next time. How's about that then? I'm just going to bring a torch. Sod the lot of you. Sod the lot of you. No. What's wrong with health and safety? Huh?